Hello, welcome. Oh man, that was welcome everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us here at Meta One Design's headquarters on Decentraland. We are here for another episode of Beyond the NFT. Um, it is awesome to see you all today here. I see a lot of yellow. I'm seeing a lot of yellow in celebration for what's to come after this event. So stay tuned. Big shout out to Stony Eye. Awesome show over at the True Band Room, my friend. I see you, Maska. I see you, T-Bird. Welcome, Kanessa, Rishi Girl. I see I see Crypto Cube Man in his banana suit. That's actually the suit that I was looking for.
Nice.
Well, Meta Ryuk in the building as well. Like, man, we're this place is just starting to fill up. It's definitely a good time
There you go.
to begin our show here tonight. Before we get started, before I introduce tonight's guest, uh, let's hear a word from our sponsors, Bucktown MMA. Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. Oh no, this video.
What's up, Bucktown fam? This is Coach Pete, and today I'm really excited to walk you through how easy it is to support our mission. So simple that you can make a difference right here on our website. So first, what I want you to do is go to bucktown.org. On the top, I want you to click the donate button. This button's gonna take you directly to our donation page where you can choose how you would like to contribute to our social cause. You can select a specific amount or even a custom one that you're comfortable with. Every bit helps to help these kids become empowered, as well as help build a strong community. Now consider becoming a recurring donor by selecting the monthly donation option. It's a great way to offer continuous support throughout the year, and you can stop that recurring payment anytime. So from here, all you have to do is fill out all the payment information and you are all set. After completing your donation, check your email because you're gonna get a confirmation as a thank you for your generosity. Thanks to your support, we can continue to grow, reach more communities, and help change lives. So please take a second to join us because we are stronger together. And if you feel someone else may be interested in supporting Bucktown, please feel free to share this with anyone you want on any social media platform, emails, or even in person. My name's Coach Pete. Thank you so much from Bucktown. We'll see you guys soon.
Thank you, Bucktown. Thank you for all you do for kids worldwide. It's definitely very important to, get kids with not many opportunities, get them back or get them into a gym, and really learning some values and get some training in, teaching them how to defend themselves, as well as even, like, who knows, maybe they may be a champion one day. Man, I'm a big fan of Bucktown MMA. And yeah, without further delay, I would like to introduce founder of the Festies and space host, CIMADOWN. Welcome, CIMADOWN. How are you today?
Oh, hello. Okay, so the Festies and CIMADOWN. My name is actually Mike. CIMADOWN is the company name, just to make sure. And CIMADOWN stands for Creativity, Innovation, Music, and Art. And we're working towards building community-driven, a community-driven project that is going to be building festivals together, one yearly festival and other events where the community will be able to get votes in on what's happening, create proposals, and very similar to, and inspired by like Burning Man and some other festivals I used to go to. And so yeah, that's kind of what the project's about. But me myself, and we can go deeper into that. Of course, I am Michael, and my last name is Sarnowski, and I am art lover, music lover. Grew up around art and music, and I am the founder of this whole crazy thing we're getting into, the CIMADOWN and the Festies here. And I used to throw parties in Brooklyn, so that was where my background comes from events and going to a lot of events. And I was quite the host for quite a bit back in the day. And when I found NFTs, I saw an opportunity for people to come together outside of just the digital space, and where I could provide that opportunity Lots of art and music becoming the center of what's happening in the Web3 world, and it's I feel like it's one of the driving forces. And I love art and music, and I'm also a bit of I'm desiring to be an entrepreneur for a long time. So like here I am in a space where there's a lot of entrepreneurs, artists, and musicians, and that's where I'm at, man. I'm hanging out and just trying to build, and I've been doing it for 2 years, since 2022. January is when I incorporated the business with an original partner who's no longer with us. And yeah, I've been doing this for like last couple of years, and yeah. Not sure we're
nice.
Before I go too far, yeah, there you go. Roundabout.
No, yeah, that is awesome. So, pretty much your like your event organizing started in Brooklyn. How long ago?
Ended about, I think the last party, or like right before I moved out of Brooklyn, was probably about 8.5 years ago, something like that, maybe 9 years ago.
Okay.
I was doing it for about 8 years in there, where I was either throwing parties or being part of other events that were happening. I was always like, we kind of, in that scene in Brooklyn, we kind of all helped each other out. Like, each event organizer helped other events, and we kind of like shared help within promotions and all that great stuff. So I was always getting involved somehow, or doing something where they were getting involved with me, and we were having a good time. We were throwing some really cool parties. The main goal of my parties is to really include a lot of local artists and musicians, and doing a lot of live art, creating a lot of spectacle and experience, more than just like hearing music and having some flashy lights and a DJ and some bar to get drinks at. We would have, live painters, body painters, contortionists, aerialists, fire breathers. Like, I mean, just whatever we could do to create more than like entertainment and just spectacle happening at the events. I mean, there was even one time we had a dude with a chainsaw carving ice sculptures and wood logs into sculptures and stuff out front of the bar we were throwing the party at, and just all kinds of cool stuff like that. And it was always multi-genre. I always included, like, there would be bands in one room and DJs in another, and there would be some live electronic music. Then there was like DJ music at the end of the night, and we kind of switched it up and really kept it very what do you call it, multi-genre, multi-style, multi-everything, because I like to just include people. That was how I created the right crowd, the right environment, and the right energy, was by including a lot of different things, so that way we had a nice rounded group of people. It wasn't just like all the hip hoppers or all the ravers or this, that, and you got a few that were, it was mostly about the art, and then it was like about the music and about the dancing and about the hanging out and the experiences, and that's what made the energy really great.
Yeah. So like within the Decentraland community, we have a lot of New Yorkers, and even more like
cool.
Specifically, I believe like a few of them are from Brooklyn, and
Nice.
they have, and
Probably partied with some of them back in the day.
Yep. So like they are like actively like trying to host these live events in like kind of like cross metaverse events, like from IRL
I
into
gotta hook up with some of these people.
Yes,
I would love to hook up with some of them. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, that was gonna be my
I'm gonna get into more. Yeah. Sorry.
That was going to be my next
My
question. If like you still had were in contact with some of your friends, like perhaps.
Well, here it is. I mean, I stopped for a long time, and I went out to Seattle, Washington. I was growing weed for about 7 years. I came back, and most of those people that were all doing stuff kept doing stuff, and so they grew, and they grew much bigger. And me jumping back in, I've talked to some of them, but I've been really kind of waiting to the right timing to like have something happening, and then bringing, because if I want to introduce Web3 to some of these people, a lot of them, when I first talked to them, were like, oh, NFTs. And this is like going back even 2 years ago, when it was still kind of like exciting and people were making money before as many scams happened,
Yeah.
and they were already thinking that, and they were already kind of on that like, I don't really know, we're doing good without doing anything Web3. So like, for me to come at them, I really want to bring something and show them, the power of what we're doing here, and how integrating Web3 can be an interesting and cool way to create memberships, and and create secret parties or do what do you call it, scavenger hunts at the events and stuff like that, or special gear or like merch and special ticketing through and all that could be done through this stuff and kept track of through blockchain technology. So I think there's some really cool usage there.
I do know that you already know a few of those friends that I was referring to. Vita TV, he's based out in New York.
Okay.
And like if you've seen his event that he had like during NFT NYC recently,
not make it now.
no, he has it on video. Like it's very like I was pretty impressed with how like they had how they had set everything up, how they had those speakers come up and like speak and stuff like that. I feel like within that there is a concept to be looked at, and like kind of
Sure.
from there like keep building upon it and keep that movement going. Another friend that I'm thinking of is our friend Seed. They used to have a gallery named Seed out in New York as well, where they would host.
Did they also have a gallery in Newark?
Yes,
New
yes, that
Jersey? But
actually yes, that was
Newark,
it. That was not New York,
do know those
Newark.
people. I forget there was a girl that used to run that. I can't remember her name.
That's exactly who I'm referring to.
What's her name? I know her. What do you know these people? You know their name? Her name?
They're-
That Run Sea Gallery.
They're Decentraland fam.
Okay, because we were friends kind of back in the day, a long time ago. Like that was back in the day. Yeah, like definitely been to that gallery once. Well, in Newark, pretty sure. Yeah, that was like early times. I think that was when I first started doing events in that area. Like that's when I started to do them. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, cool, man. I'd
Yeah.
love to rehook up with them. That's cool. It's interesting too.
Her
Yeah,
name
some of
is
the people I
Cyrus.
used to like. Cyrus.
Or at least that's what
God,
she
it's been
goes
so
by
long.
here on Decentraland.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
sure,
I wanna right. I don't think that's familiar to me, but I probably knew her as her real name. We actually used names back in the day, before all this
names.
social media crap. But yeah, like some of the other people I used to work with, like or either go to their parties that I inspired by was like Winkle and Baltic would probably some people would know them if I mentioned them. I even helped their parties. I would help them with their parties sometimes. Let's see, there was the Danger parties with William Atundi was doing those, and those are some pretty crazy parties. I went to a bunch of those. My friend Ben was doing this stuff with Thunder Gumbo. I don't know if everybody remembers Thunder Gumbo, but I think they're a Burning Man camp now. I'm pretty sure now, and I think they've changed hands a couple times of who the ownership is there. But then another buddy of mine, a big DJ out there, Mike Tumalo. Pretty much everybody probably knows Mike Tumalo at some point. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No, not off the top of my head. Probably if I saw.
He does. They're doing now. They started a Burning Man camp and production company called Junction that he's like kind of the ringleader for. And yeah, they do a lot of really cool things. They do a regular parties called the Static Dance. They've got several Bluebird school buses that go to events, and they all kind of jump in together, and it's pretty freaking cool. Yeah, they do a lot of cool stuff. They even I think they got like an ice cream truck that they bring to like some parades and stuff. Yeah. Enough about that. Yeah, like I guess we're not here to. Right.
I mean,
yeah,
but
cool.
it's
They're
all
cool.
interesting.
Yeah, totally, absolutely. I could go on and on about the old parties back in the day. I love them, man. It was so inspiring. They were just like so creative and different. Oh, and Rubalad was another one, big one. Rubalad was a big underground event company, or I don't even know, the artist consortium. It was just a lot of really cool artists within that group, and they used to just throw these really interesting parties, especially when they had their own location for a while, and it was pretty fucking rad.
It's so crazy to me that Seed like from the in real life events, not from like metaverse.
Years ago,
Yeah, this is crazy, right?
Yeah, like almost 15 years ago too, man. Like this is a long time ago.
I'm gonna definitely have to reconnect you with Seed, with Cyrus and Madamus.
Cyrus. Cyrus.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be rad.
that
That'd be
that
rad. Absolutely.
that is awesome. I'm sure they will be very, very happy to reconnect as well. Like, she is such a ray of sunshine. Like, despite like all, what's going on in the world and everything that's going on even in her world, like, she still remains to keep
Sure.
that smile on her face and keeps pushing forward, keeps
That's awesome.
wanting to empower people. Like, that she's a beast.
That's awesome.
um
I'm
so
with it. I'm with it.
so how long ago did you get into like crypto and then kind of discover move into the Web3
This all
space?
okay. So quickly, I'll just jump from how CIMADOWN happened. Like I said, I was throwing parties as CIMADOWN. That came together back like I was quick background. I was actually selling weed in a town called Rutgers, New Brunswick, New Jersey, where Rutgers, the college is.
Yep.
And I had a bunch of friends, started having some friends, musician friends that were like I was selling weed to and this and that. And then I had this like sound guy friend who had all like the equipment and the speakers and my birthday was coming up. It's in September, at the end of the summer and stuff. And I was like, man, I'd love to throw a little backyard party event. And then it turned into a little mini festival, and we ended up having like 300 people. And that was almost like, oh, shit, man, it had to be at least around that same time, about 15 years ago, back when I met Cyrus and Seed. I really don't remember that name though. She's got to have another name, I'm sure of it.
Oh, I'm sure.
But yes, right. And so I threw a really dope like party called Virgo Fest. It was a 3-day backyard music festival, like 2 acres. I think it was in Somerset, New Jersey, and we had a blast, a bunch of bands and some DJs and some visual effects and some I think we had some body painters and some different things that happened. It was pretty fucking cool. And after that, I was kind of like, I really want to do more and more of this. Like, I was good at it. I liked it. I enjoyed it. The people that came said they had a freaking blast. I was like, okay. And then I got introduced to New York through a guy named Justin Dream, he went by Dream, and he even had a big project called Dream. I'll say that's another time, another story. But yeah, so I met him at this party. I went to go see Mark Farina, DJ, some San Francisco house DJ that was in Brooklyn. And I went to this party and I was trying to roll a joint and I was sweating from dancing too much.
What's up, Bucktown fam? This is Coach
Yo, I'll
Pete.
roll it for you. His name is Justin. Exchange numbers. He's a cool ass dude. A week later, he's like, yo, come to this party. And it's called Rubalot. And I was like, what the hell's a Rubalot? And he's like, just come. You're going to love it. Told me to dress in some costumes, and we like threw some crazy stuff together. Went to this party. It was all old school and underground, where you met at the bar, you bought your tickets there, and a shuttle would come and pick you up at like 15, 20 people at a time and drove us over this location. And it ended up being on this like kind of docked giant ferry boat, big giant steel ferry boat. It became known as like the Bushwick boat. I'm pretty sure people knew it as, and a lot of crazy parties that went down there for many years. I think they just finally floated that thing out and sunk it somewhere, is what I believe. But yeah, people lived on that boat. There was massive parties on that boat. And anyway, we ended up on that boat. It was a crazy party being thrown by Rubalot on the boat, and it was insane. And after that, I mean, there was like performers and artists and music on every level, and it was just insane. So I was totally turned on, and that's when I decided to do like events in New York. Justin was willing to partner with me, that guy that showed me Rubalot, and he's like, because he knew all the people, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put this together and make this happen. And so I was like, what is my production company name gonna be? And I wrote down all these names, words that meant something to me, and that's how I came up with CIMADOWN. I wrote down creativity, innovation, music, art, and all this stuff. I was like, okay. I'm like Sima, but Sima sounds really corporate, right? Like Sima sounds corporate. So I made it into CIMADOWN. I'm like, oh yeah, CIMADOWN now, CIMADOWN now, right? Like,
Yep.
That's something easy to remember, and it's fun, and it's it's got a good chill message, right? So went with that, and it stuck. And when I threw parties for I think it was about 7 years on and off, and then like I said, in between, we did a bunch of events. Anywhere from like 300 to 1,500 people, I think was the biggest one I did. And so fast forward to today, like that ended because of like girlfriend situation, whatever, needed to
Life.
change from the scene for a while. Yeah, it was just like partying every day, all the time as a promoter can get rough. And I needed a break from everything. So that's when I ended up in Seattle. I grew weed for 7 years. I come back. I was kind of lost. I didn't really know what to do with myself. Then COVID happened. Oh, I got even more lost. And there's, even a bit of depression going on and everything because, you're just not going out. I'm very much a people person. I like being around people. And it was definitely a time that was like, it became almost reclusive and like, you didn't really see many people and
Weird times.
towards the end of that, I was definitely going through it and didn't know what I'd do with myself. I didn't really have that moment, that inspiration. I've had it in different times in my life that I felt that spark, that thing that's just like driving force, something you want to do, something you feel good about, something that makes you feel like you're in the right place. And so I was also broke at the time. I was like, make some money maybe doing this NFT thing. I'm like, I saw kids making money selling, flipping shoes. And I saw kids flipping sweatshirts. And then now they're on this thing called NFTs. I'm like, what the fuck's an NFT?
You're forgetting about the Pokemon cards.
Yeah, exactly. Even Pokemon, there was just always like, there was these young kids making fucking money. I mean, like some of them making lots of money doing all this stuff. And I'm like, let me check it out. Okay. JPEGs, don't get it. Don't understand. Somebody will explain it to me along the way. Got scammed a few times, but this was like, I guess December 21. And that's when I was like, I made a few bad investments, didn't go right. But what I was learning and seeing was I started seeing the communities and I started seeing how you could like dream up an idea and present it to people and get people like interested in it and then like make it into a real thing and like kind of use this to crowdfund but at the same time to build community and connect with people and create like a membership into something you're doing and like there's just so many cool things that you could do with this. And I was like, all right, so maybe I suck at investing, maybe that's not where I'm supposed to be at, but I did find something else here and I was like, okay, let's move forward with this. And I came up with this idea. I was like, it seems like everybody's doing all this thing. At the time, nobody was really doing an event or events company mixed into this. Everybody was very much in the digital world. It was like, oh yeah, we're going to do Decentraland, or we're going to do other virtual lands and this and that. I'm like, well, where the hell do we actually get together with people? There was a few people, like a few projects out there that did have like events for their projects. But then I was like, you know what? It'd be super cool to do a project where the community would get to build the festival together. Like that's been literally the mission since the very beginning. A lot of the programs changed. I started adding a lot of things in the beginning. It was like all over the place. Too many ideas, too many things I was trying to put out. And I think it overloaded people. It was hard to explain. It made it like too much in between, too convoluted, So, for the last 2 years, I spent the time like getting a lot of advice, learning, watching, trying some things here and there, mostly trying to connect and create relationships and community. And I started hosting spaces, been hosting spaces for, almost the whole time, but like really started getting heavy about 1.5 years ago. I started doing a space called, I did a bunch of spaces, but the one that stuck was called Deep Notes. Okay. And I do Deep Notes every Friday, 5 p.m. It used to be, I think we started at different times, but now it's at 5 p.m. Eastern every Friday. Sometimes we have featured guests. It's always an open mic. There's always like we talk about music. So my new co-host now is a pro audio engineer, and so like people come in, he does some advice. Sometimes they'll even throw him tracks, and he does a lot of like stuff with a lot of the musicians to help them with their music. So it's a place where you could get, it's a safe place to share your music, get opinions, see what the crowd's feeling, get new, in these collaborations that happen all the time in this space. Musicians meet each other and they're like, yo, I love what you're doing, this and that. And I'm very proud to be the center of bringing people together, creating, giving people the music as well as, creating the audience and all that fun stuff. It's a good time. Yeah.
So even speaking about Deep Notes, like I believe I had come across your X account from joining into your last Deep Notes, or maybe the Friday before.
Okay.
And I just absolutely loved
Were
the
you there for
way.
the culture cards?
Mm,
Was it the culture cards, culture tapes one maybe? No.
not
Okay.
sure, not
Just
sure. I,
curious.
I just remember like you had a whole bunch of musicians up, and you were sharing their music, as well as like even like giving them like a mini interview at the end, asking
Yeah.
them
Yeah.
about like the music and like what brought them to creating this. And like I thought you had a very welcoming like demeanor to you that really attracts people and wants kind of invites musicians in this case to want to come on your space and share a little bit about themselves, because you gave them like, it's not just like the other music spaces I see. It's like, oh, here's someone, I have a song, I'm gonna play it, and then like they play it, and then it's like, okay, well, next topic. You gave them the time. You really
Yeah. Okay.
you really do a good job with them. And I mean, like as I'm seeing here, you've had plenty of practice, because episode 13 season 2, like how like I can't believe it took me this long to just find them to begin with.
Yeah, that's Twitter for you, though. There's a lot of cool things out there that I'm like, damn, I'm just learning about this, or this new musician I'm just finding out about, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I've seen him around forever. I'm like, oh well, whatever. It's just weird how they show it to you. But what I got to say about Deep Notes, and the reason I do that, I mean, I do very little shilling about CIMADOWN or the festies in there. I do make some mentions and things like that, but this is like because I love music and because I love art, and and all that stuff, and I really wanted a place that just was kind of free from the bullshit, where it was just encouraging and safe place to share your music, where we weren't judgmental on anything, where there's basically, to me, what I believe about music and art and creativity is that it's like the thing that can bring us all together. It's like it's a glue. It's like a thing that like yeah, we could bond over. I mean, like we could totally have different political standpoints or religious standpoints, but like love the same music and art, and like love music and art. And I feel like that is a better connector to me. So like when people ask me, oh, who are you voting for, who are you this and that, I'm like, or like, how do you want to affect change? And I affect change by like trying to bring more art and music to the world, trying to like give those people a stage, and highlighting them, and just like being part of that. My creativity also comes out from putting events on. So I bringing people together, trying to create that energy and all that stuff. And so it's all about expressing yourself, right? And like when you're able to express yourself, and that's what art is all about, is like you're able to connect more with somebody, and like it gives other people opportunity to connect with you. And when maybe you could be really shy, you might be deaf, or you might not have a voice. Maybe for some reason your voice doesn't work. But when you have art, man, you have a voice still. You have something that connects you, and maybe even better than what your voice is doing. So that's why that space, I think, does well, and that's why it's been going for a while, because people know I'm genuinely there because I love the fucking music, man. So
Yeah, there's nothing like doing something for others. That is like, in a way I see it as like,
oh, don't get me wrong, no, that's selfish. I love the music, so I get to sit there for like a few hours and enjoy all this brand new music and run that shit and keep like I get something out of it too, man.
goddamn,
Man,
now you're making me sound selfish, because like, I mean, I love doing this current show that we're on. I love it.
Okay. That's okay though. Like if you didn't love it, it would be a lot more boring. Nobody would want to watch you. Nobody would want to hang out with you. You'd be like, the energy would come out differently, right? So your energy is good because you love doing it.
Exactly. So
it's all vibes and energy out there, bro. It's all wavelengths, right? We're all kind of like vibrating on different energies, and get all metaphysical on you. But yeah, man, for sure. So like you put out good vibrations, and that's what brings it back at you, brother.
That's what you attract. So off the top of your head, and it could be either like from a Deep Notes episode from way back, or even recently, who were some musicians that kind of really stood out to you?
Throughout the time, I mean, we've had some really great ones. Shit, man. I mean, I gotta say, people like Vessi Mink, Hardistry, It's Louis, Fondue. Fuck, man, so many. One of my favorites right now, and I'm about to do some video interviewing similar to what we're doing here with Ross Martin. He's or Box Martian. They're all amazing. Those are all friends. Empress V, Shane T. Shit, man. There's some people, that come through all the time. Nessie the Rilla, Darius.
Nice.
Man, there's so many good musicians. I'm all over the place too. I love like all different types of music. Maritza, I don't know if I mentioned her. She's an amazing violinist. Jules Audio, he's amazing. He's my co-host all the time too on Deep Notes, and he's also a sax player and does hip hop and he's also an audio engineer. Oh yeah, man. So he's really a lot of fun too, man. So those are some of my favorites. I'm sure there's a shit ton more because yeah, I've done like there was a time that I was doing featured guests every week, and there was like two to four featured guests every week. So I've featured many guests throughout time, and it was starting to even run out of people. That's why I don't do it every week now. Now I do it like when we have something special to do, and then that way, yeah, it's like because I was like running through everybody too quick.
Here, maybe I can even help you, cause like I do understand that that right there. That's like when you bring in when you interview a huge volume of creators, like sometimes like you may run out. Exploring different platforms has been like something that that has like benefited me with like finding new guests in different spaces, like for example like Twitch streams. Like I look for Twitch streams with musicians that like do covers and stuff like that, and like because like most of the time they are like established musicians. You could see it in their about section, or like even talk to them. Like a lot of people will be cool. It's like one of those things you have to like approach with respect, build that relationship, and then eventually it's like you can approach them and be like, hey, listen, like I'm a host. I would love to.
I'm also I'm working on trying to get to that next level too. I want to bring in some people with some celebrity-ish status, like some of the people that have done it and made it a little bit further than some of because like right now we're working with a lot of like people that are just beginning their careers or like just getting. Some of them are really getting noticed. But I want to show them I want to give them stories from some of these people that have done it, so they can also learn from them, inspire each other, and things like that. And I think that'd be really cool. I definitely have some people in mind I'm planning on trying to talk to, and
I mean, even
that's part of the next evolution.
Even if you look in the space, like I feel like Nessie is an example of that, like someone that has like been
he's getting there,
yeah exactly. And it's fun.
Me, Nessie, Darius, Cristiano, Ghost, was it Mojo the Ghost, and T Banks. We're all down in Florida together.
Wait, you're in Florida?
Time with all those guys. No, I went down there with them right after NYC NFT. We all the whole group of us went down there together. Part of this Be Nice Projects thing was sent us all down there for they were doing a big event, and they wanted to bring us down there as part of that because we were helping them promote their project for a little while there. And so they were like, yo, come down with us, we want to show you a good time. I got to go on the Daytona Raceway doing 156 miles an hour as a passenger, sorry, not as a driver, I wish. But in their Corvette and everything, it was pretty dope. Definitely never done anything like that. Definitely never been 156 miles an hour. So that was all first time and fun and exhilarating and kind of cool.
That is so dope. That is really dope. You got to spend some time with these individuals and even build that relationship. There's something about like meeting your Web3 friends that is just I don't know what like it's something special.
I know exactly what it is. To me, Web3, right? Especially when we don't do the video, especially if it's just audio or like the texting on Twitter. Like it's like you could become pretty close to somebody and get to know them pretty well, but it's like I feel like seeing each other in person and giving that hug or whatever finally and seeing each other in real life, it's kind of like consummating the relationship. Like, you know what I mean? It's like You can't say you're married until you finally did the deed, right? It's like kind of like that. It's like we're there, we're close, but we need to go seal the deal. So let's get together. Let's see each other at a conference, at an event, or wherever. Even just get together for local. And I've met a bunch of Web3 people, and I tell you, man, every time it's way cool. It's like, oh, dude, it's so good to finally see you in person and all that, and it's awesome. Good times.
Yep,
good times.
yep. And like the whole it's like a feeling of like you are physically meeting them for the first time, but yet like upon that hug, you feel like you've known them for years. It definitely solidifies.
Especially the artist that's working on the festies with us, Goof. He's become like a brother to me. I mean, just on the phone, we talk all the time. Sometimes not even about the project, just to, hey, what's going on? Just that bullshit, blah, 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 about stupid movies and whatever else,
Mm-hmm.
And so we've got to know each other really well. And it was like when we finally saw each other, oh man, it was like seeing your brother for another mother. It felt so good to finally connect and give each other the hug. And it was like, it felt so natural, I guess you'd say. It wasn't like it didn't feel like we had to try at all. It was really awesome.
Exactly.
Definitely recommended. See your Web3 friends in person. That's part of the project too. Like that is what I want to do. I want to provide a place for projects to come together and communities to come together. I mean, imagine a festival that different projects maybe have their own stages or their own booths or their own ways to show what they're doing and share with each other, and then as well as just bringing us all together in an environment where we're hanging out, spending that community. Like I like camping. It's like, to me, a festival isn't a festival unless you have camping. Like festivals are cool, like it's a day festival and all that, or maybe you go home to a hotel, but no. I want to go out and camp with everybody because that's where real communal things happen. Right?
Exactly.
I think those are magic. Some people can't rough it, but it's fun. Maybe you have to be glamping and just pay the extra money for the nice cot or whatever if you can't deal with it. But yeah, man, it's a lot of fun. That community that you build over those few days while camping together, it's pretty awesome and special. So
yep.
Yeah, that's definitely where I want to get us all at.
That is definitely like a good. It's something good to kind of spearhead and try to push towards, like especially for creators in this space. Man, like as you were kind of even like mentioning that, I could even imagine like one day there could be like a Web3 stage at a big concert where Web3 musicians are performing.
Well, there definitely will be at wherever I start doing stuff. There will be always that stage, or maybe filled with most of those people, because that's it. There's a lot of really good talent out here, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't wait to I guarantee some of these people in a few years we're gonna see them, maybe less, but we'll see them blow up. We will see them hit the charts and things like that, because some of them are really motivated, work really hard, and are fucking just untapped talent.
Exactly. Yeah. So last question about Deep Notes. If anyone that's watching would like to be a guest on Deep Notes or any other space that you host, what is the best way to contact you or get on the list?
Through CIMADOWN on Twitter. That's probably the easiest thing to get a hold of me. So it's at CIMADOWN, CIMADOWN LLC. That's on Twitter. Yeah.
Alrighty. I'm over here sharing it with everyone on InWorld.
Cool, appreciate it.
And just wanted to take a moment to shout some people out. I see the baby dolls are in the building. We have Tank Poco I thought I saw M around here somewhere. There's Toxic Waifu on her mushroom. We have quite the crowd here right now. Did you ever manage to make it into Decentraland?
Not really.
Right.
To be honest, I did back in the day. This is what happened. So I got really when I started doing all the Web3 thing, and they started talking about all of the virtual worlds and virtual spaces and all that. Oh, cool. We could actually see that here. Nice. So as I was seeing all this, I was like, oh, cool. Let me go get. I really stopped paying attention until I was like, oh, let me go get some goggles. I really want to go get Oculus, and then I could start really experiencing what everybody's talking about, all this virtual space, right? And one of the first things I did, I got my goggles, got home, and I was like, let me go check out Decentraland. And they're like, you can't.
Yeah.
Fucking virtual. I was like, what the fuck did I buy these things for? That was like a whole reason I thought these things existed. Now I get it. You can look on a PC, and this is pretty cool. There's a nice crowd there. What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are partying. I wish I could hear your music because I'd be boogieing with you. But
that's us right now over there, right here on the screen.
What do you mean that's us? Where?
Right here on the screen. Are you looking at my?
Oh, right there. Yeah, there we are, down below. I see. Okay, cool. I was looking at the top side. Okay, cool. Yeah. What's up?
But yeah, we have.
I love this guy's just sitting there.
He's just chilling. Yeah, we have 28 of our friends joining us on Decentraland. Thank you all for being here, and really appreciate your time. Oh wow, looks like the Brave rave mode is kicked on. There's been this bug recently with the Brave browser. It just goes into rave mode.
Oh, okay. Is that what's going on? I was like, right when you try, it looks like you were trying to take a picture. So are we still broadcasting into there, even though we're screen dropped? Or
Yep. We're broadcasting in there. Maybe there's like a 30-second delay or so, like from what's happening here with us to what is on the screen. But yeah, we're broadcasting.
Is that you, the thing? The sponge head looking thing with the bunny backpack?
Yep, that's me. I'm wearing my yellow.
Is it a Pepe head?
Huh?
Is it a Pepe head? Is that a pixelated Pepe head of some kind?
It's a crypto toad, I believe. Crypto toad helmet.
Crypto toad.
Yeah. Yeah, because like projects could like come into Decentraland. Like if it's a individual creator, they could like make their own wearables and list them on the marketplace, and then people could purchase those wearables using mana on this platform. So there's like a little bit of a marketplace here. A wearable marketplace.
Nice. So yeah, I haven't been doing virtual Decentraland, but the one I am spent a lot of time on is Twitter. Nifty Island.
Nice.
Twitter.
What are your thoughts?
Definitely know we do that. Yeah, I've got a dope ass island that I spent 3, 4, 5 days in total of hours worth of time at least spending. I mean, not just 3 or 4 days. I probably spent a few weeks building it, but like, yeah, I mean, it's all upgraded. I did a lot of really cool stuff. I got 10 games on there. Got a ton of the branding. I've got a playable character. We've got our Festies hippie in there.
Nice.
So you could play as one of our characters. And yeah, man, I spent some cool time doing like I did something different that I don't think I've seen anybody do before. Is I took the entire island. I like went straight out to the edges, and I went straight up all the way around like a big cylinder straight up, and then not all the way up to the top, but like to a plateau. Mm-hmm. And then I built most of everything that I built inside of that. Like, so there's like caverns and caves that are different rooms and arenas and shit. And it's all underground with different systems of like getting around through either tunnels or portals. And yeah, I have a giant hippie statue on where I put a portal that's like hidden in his butt. So he poops you, but you get pooped out of his butt. I thought that was hilarious. I'm like, I don't think anybody else has a portal in a butt. Like that's just, I think that's a one-off that I got going on there. So if you ever want to jump out a portal that's in a butt, go to my CIMADOWN Festies Nifty Island, guys. You'll have some fun.
and that's what it's called, just like CIMADOWN World, CIMADOWN/Festies.
CIMADOWN Festies, yeah, Island. I think that's what I have it labeled up.
Nice.
Definitely find me on this CIMADOWN.
We do have plenty of metaverse explorers here that would love to check out your world. So if you want, send me a link and I'll like start sharing it on different places.
I would have to pull that out. Let me see if I can do that real quick.
I know that we like kind of in a way briefly went into Festies, but
yeah, okay. We'll talk quick things. I think we can go deeper at another time. But yeah,
yes,
so the Festies, we spent 2 years building CIMADOWN. And during that time, I didn't know what I knew. I wanted to build a community built festival. I knew we wanted to support artists, and there's a lot of things. around art and music that we wanted to do, but we didn't have like a what do you call it, mascot, for instance, or something that was like going to be represented to as we could use as a PFP project. So I had several ideas. I went through I talked to many artists over the last couple of years, and it was like till I finally met Goof and we really aligned and we spent time talking, and we actually kind of landed on the festies. It was like parts of other ideas that I had that I was telling him about. I told him I wanted to do something, we represent art and music and all these things. And I had this one idea. We're like, okay, well, what about something, we're doing festivals. So what if we do something where we have these like festival characters? I figured we could create these vibrant, awesome characters that way. Let's see. I'm trying to get you the link real quick here.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still? I'm still here on stage, right? Okay.
Yep.
Sure. If I didn't leave. So anyway, so we came up with the festies. The festies are going to be 5,000 pieces on Solana as of right now. We've been talking about possibly doing base. It's been a new suggestion as of recently. People are like, yo, maybe you should do base. And so I'm talking to the community about it. It's a possibility, but we really want to get these out soon. So unless they really like drive me into getting base, I'm just going to continue on with Solana.
Yep.
And there's over the artist that is on this. His name is Goof. A lot of people know him. You could find him as Goof Troop 2025 on Twitter, and he's pretty freaking awesome, dude. Besides being like great work ethic, really awesome in creative art, artistic like abilities. He's a graphic designer. He works in 3D environments. He's done like about, I think, 9 other NFT projects prior to this. He strives to always do better than the last time he did anything. So like you can imagine, so he really puts a lot of time into his details. Everything is done in vector. So we're going to be super high def images, and we're going to have those images for people because we're going to be giving IP rights with this art. So people could actually request like higher grade quality of their artwork if they need it for like, any type of commercial use, and they need like that really high quality file. We will have all that for people. And this is also full body art, which a lot of people don't do. They mostly do from the bust up. We are giving you the entire body, full body art, which I think is pretty dope.
That is.
I will link.
Okay. So and, with the full body art, will there be
yes,
will you be like giving your community the ability to like get their VRM for their respected NFT?
I apologize that I don't know what VRM is.
VRM is, well, I can tell you what it stands for, but for example, like in Nifty Island, whenever like you wear skin, that is a VRM on.
Is someone dying behind you?
It's the dogs. They're howling into the moon. They do this around this time every week.
That's funny. That's hilarious. That's awesome. Sorry, so that totally distracted me. What did you ask me now? I apologize. Also, I sent you the link to the island, and it is in the our chat, the one that we had separately. All right, cool. So yeah, so what were you asking? I apologize.
Well, I had asked if you were gonna give your community access to the VRMs, and you said that you weren't familiar with VRMs.
I don't know what
VRM. Like the example I can give you is like in Nifty Island, the skin that you see people wearing, like it could be like if you see them in a kid called Beast skin or something like that. That would be like their the VRM file of their beast that they're wearing.
Oh yes, okay. So like the 3D files you're talking about.
Yeah, 3D
Well,
models
these are not
like
the actual art is in 3D, not this time around. We were originally going to do 3D art, and like the character that's in Nifty Island is very similar to that, but less stuff because he does like super high def, and he had like, I don't remember, like there's like triangles. I guess it's made up all of triangles or something. I don't know that stuff. I'm not the designer there. But yeah, it was like he had too many triangles. He had like, I think it was like a limit of whatever, and he had like 20 times the limit. So he had to like slim it down and less whatever
less
quality. Yeah. So anyway, so these the art is not 3-dimensional. We were talking about trying to bring that evolution to the next round, like when we do our next collection might be the Festies 3D or something like that, possibly. You know, it's definitely everything. Once the community is built and these first NFTs are out, like it's going to be a lot of like community. What do you want to do next? And I am building a board of advisors. We have an NFT that is kind of being very selectively sold, and I'm actually going to create an application for it. It's called the Gold OG Festies, and there's only a limit of 11 of these. Actually, there was supposed to be 10, and I accidentally something happened on Launch My NFT and actually created an extra one. So there's 11 of these. These are going to be the board of advisors for CIMADOWN, and like people I'm going to rely on heavy to kind of like, you know, judge what's going to like ask or say what's going to happen next. You know, when we have a question about something, like these are going to be the first people I'm going to go to, and then the community as well. So it depends on if it's a community decision or more of like a business decision. So yeah, those people with those are going to get, you know, that right to, you know, help make its decisions on that board of advisors, as well as get a one-of-one custom-made festie by Goof. They're also going to get how do I get rid of this screen? I'm looking for. They're also going to get the ability to buy a 10% discount when we do go to mint, as well as buy up to 50 in one wallet. So like they're kind of our ambassadors and our board of advisors all wrapped into one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they
also
are they already like selected in your mind who will be on the board of advisors, or who you will
some of
invite?
them. I have a few people I'm waiting for. Everybody's bags are kind of crazy, and I do have a little bit high. It's not that crazy. They're 1.5 Solana. Like they're not insane for what you're getting out of it. Like to get the inside track here, they're gonna be also. We're also gonna be giving them like backstage passes to our festivals and events, and pretty much carte blanche for anybody who has one of those. You know, it is gonna get whatever. You know, whatever awesome things you could get with the festies and CIMADOWN, those people will for sure get. So yeah. What else is there? So there's gonna be 5,000 Solana. Goof is the artist. High def. I'm just rolling through everything.
Yes, sir.
Head to toe art. What else is there? I think that's mostly it. There's honestly keeping it very slim and chill, without overloading things. I want to promise little, over deliver. I really want to give you guys a lot, and I have a lot of ideas rolling, and this is very much the tippy tip of the iceberg. Like I am just getting started here. Once this collection goes out, once the community starts really formulating and rallying behind the festies, yeah, that's when we start to grow and start to do more events. We're going to be buying a bus called the it's one of the big things that we're doing is the Sima bus. It started off as a promotional tool, but one of the things I found out when I started doing all this, my original plan was to sell everybody a $300 or $350 NFT, and that was gonna be like, well, you go to a festival, you're paying $300 to $500 for festival tickets for a 3 to 4 day festival. So I'm like, $300, $350 isn't a bad thing to give an NFT, because they're now getting the festival ticket would be included for 2 years. Plus, it was going to get the voting rights. Plus, it was going to get you know, a bunch of these things. I was going to add all kinds of utility to that. So it's like, so not only are you getting to go to the festival and help build the festival, you're also getting other utilities, which is way beyond the normal ticket that you go pay for to go to a festival. Yeah. So I was like, this is going to work. Everybody's going to love this. But then people started getting, you know, saying, oh, by the way, you know, if you're doing it around an event and people can't make it to the event, there goes a smaller, you know, collection of people already. You know, you have less people that are going to want your NFT, especially people from other parts of the world and the country that can't make it. So that became a problem. And I was like, okay, well then what are we going to do? How are we going to do this? Like, what's this going to be about? And so like, okay, so we're going to, you know, have to restructure exactly how that's going to work. And we're going to have to sell the tickets separately and not going to be as part of the thing. But the people that buy the festies will, of course, get discounts, and there's going to be giveaways, and there's going to be a ton of like, you know, free tickets that are going to be given to the community and all kinds of stuff. But definitely now we trimmed it down to $25 for the NFTs, because it's like, It's a membership. It's the art. It's the IP rights. It's the discounts on merch and events, as well as the voting rights. That's the main idea. This is like to get into all that, right? But what else? Okay. So back to the bus. So so that was like
The
that was
Simabus.
leading off there. So the idea was we can't get to everybody and they can't get to us. So how can we get to everybody? How can we make this accessible to more and more people? And also promote and also onboard and all kinds of stuff. So I was like, came up with the bus idea. I was like, if we start a tour bus, bringing some musicians, content creator, and we go to events, festivals, art and music festivals, and NFT conferences around the country. Bring a small crew. We basically create content like interviews, live feeds from the events. Interviewing the organizers of the events, the musicians, the artists, whatever we could figure out at any of these places to create content, as well as the B-side stuff with the crew where we're driving around and seeing things across country. I just think everybody would want to tune in and kind of be like, where are they at now? What are they up to now? And then we could also bring events to our community, like people that like maybe are whales, or maybe there's a contest where we're like, okay, well, if you win the contest, we'll throw a party in your backyard, and the Sima bus will pull up, we'll bring some musicians and artists, and we'll do an event in your backyard. And so I'm like, here we go. Now we can bring the stuff to the people. And then I'm like, okay, well, now if we're at these events, like we're at festivals and all that stuff, like the perfect demographic of people that like art and music, and even the right age group that would understand social media and NFTs and like would get it, but maybe haven't been shown it or shown something that's fun enough to want to get in here. So I'm like, we go to these places, we show them the artwork, we show them a good time, we show them what we're doing. We have a better chance of onboarding these people if we go to them and where their environments are. So like festivals are perfect for that.
Yeah.
So the big part of this is meant to be onboarding. There's definitely going to be a lot of opportunities for sponsorships of other projects. The idea to me is like to find like 4 or 5 projects that want to sponsor the bus for a year, and we'll take that. It'll be a year tour, so it won't be a full year, but like for the whole summer, say starts in spring or something like that, and we go to do the tour, and for that tour they get their branding in a large size on the bus itself, and we'll have a big colorful bus that people really stands out. We're going to have a recording booth in the bus itself for like doing interviews and on-site recording of musicians and things like that. And then what the idea is, then we'll also be vending. I want to get vending booths at these festivals and at these events, and then vend our products from CIMADOWN, but then also vend the products of these sponsored communities and projects. And I'm like, so now like another cool thing about this is like everybody's got like merch, right? You have tons of merch, and all these projects have sweatshirts and t-shirts and different things they're selling, but nobody has physical stores. So here we are bringing these physical objects to a place where people can touch and feel and see them. They might like the artwork, they might like whatever, and then through the sale, there's an opportunity to create an onboarding process where they're like, by the way, this sweatshirt isn't just cool artwork. Now there's like a community behind that, and there's a NFT project, and start like, oh, what the hell's an NFT project? Oh, well, NFTs are blah blah blah. It's a membership, and it's held on the blockchain, and it's blah blah blah. You start telling them all that stuff, and then it becomes an onboarding process through the sales as well.
Yep.
There'll also be sponsorship opportunities through our media that we'll be creating, like the interviews and all the content that we'll be creating as well. So there's a lot of opportunities for people to spread their word with us around the country as well as ourselves. So
that is awesome.
That's kind of this. That's a Cinema bus.
This is probably a curveball question, or it could turn into an idea. Like with the physical merch, do you have any ideas on like making the physical merch, like merch that you see, like let's say on the festies, like you buy an NFT and you're wearing you're wearing this tie-dye shirt on the like, will that tie-dye, like will it be like that tie-dye shirt will be the physical copy, like, or not copy, but
Are we gonna have some of the clothing that the festies are wearing in real life? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Like, are we going to make real life versions of this? We thought about something. I mean, I haven't even seen all the traits. We're actually supposed to sit down the next couple of days. He is just finishing with the art over like last week. He does work for a few different people, helping out with like meta rides and I forget the other project he was just working with. But yeah, he works with a few different people. He just finished a project called Ugly Kids, where, you know, so he's just finished up some of the art with them. And like, so yeah, so he was, whatever. The point is that last week he was a little busy, but this week we're supposed to sit down finally. I'm super excited to see all the traits. I've seen, you know, a lot of samples and this and that, but he's supposed to deliver me my personal one-of-one, like custom one-of-one that he created for me, and a bunch of the traits and all this, well, all the traits. And we're supposed to sit down for like 3 or 4 hours and like the next day or two. So,
That's dope.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
So can I expect?
So I don't really know. I guess to answer your question real quick is that some of it would probably be perfect for art that we'll have in real life, or clothing and merch in real life. But I haven't even seen it yet to just tell you that for sure. But I think it's a great idea, and I think we've considered it, but it's just like, there's going to be a large variety. I don't know what we're doing yet, but yeah, maybe there's a lot of it we could pull from that, you know? Why not? You know, I think it's a great idea to connect those two dots, you know?
For sure, for sure. I mean, even if it's like some, you know, over-the-top shirt, it could be even used as like a limited time item or something like that. There's only 15 of these made, and yeah, holders are eligible to purchase.
I love that. Like, I was thinking about doing art, you know, like putting the festies on the clothing, but not actually making the clothing from the festies that in real life. Like, I guess there's both options there. Maybe, you know what I mean? You really could
ideas.
fuck around with that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I love the idea. Like, I don't have any fashion sense, like, or not. Sounds terrible. Like, I don't have like those ideas for creating like a fashion line. But I think it'd be way cooler than just using Printify to create clothing that really is like special. I would love to find somebody in the community, or, you know, that wants to join the community that really would love to take that on at some point, of like designing clothing and bringing some of that to life. That's just like, maybe I've definitely talked to some people about doing that, like, you know, limited edition stuff that's just really special and cool, and just like people want to hold on, not just like that generic printful, like, you know, whatever.
That's what's stopping me
and
from
those
making.
are cool. It's cool. Yeah, I want something more than that, though. You know.
Yeah, like that's what's stopping me from making merch. Like the printful route just seems so generic. I want my friends, my supporters, to you know, like, if they get physical merch from me, it's like something special, something that not many people are gonna be able to get.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
So I'm also looking.
Leave stage. I don't want to leave stage. How do I change? Oh, there we go. I was just trying to get out of the full screen. There we go.
Well, let's see. We've been going for about like almost an hour and a half. What do you think? Would this be a good time to start winding down, or
we can totally start winding down? If you have any last minute questions, is there anything I haven't talked about? We talked about the bus. We talked about the festies. Talked about the festival and CIMADOWN.
Deep note.
Those are the main things that I'm really working on. Those are like, I like to talk about everything. I think there's a ton more stuff, you know, we've got planned in the future, but that's where I'm going to keep it at, because I want people to just get the clear message of what the current things we're working on now is. There is a future to what we're building. I have a lot of future plans that definitely to scale this thing to something really worldwide at some point, and all that, even to the point where we actually want to own our own home base of a few hundred acres, 200, 300 acres, where we have a yearly festival, becomes like our home, our campgrounds and all kinds of stuff. I don't really want to give it all away, but that's like down 4 or 5 years from now. That's where we plan to take this also. Yeah, man, this is just the very beginning. Hope you guys all enjoyed hearing about what we're building. I hope you come along for the ride. Please tap in at CD Festies or CIMADOWN LLC on Twitter. Is probably the main place you could find us. I host weekly spaces. Wednesdays we do the culture caravan from the festies, and that's where we kind of had to take more of the festie centric space. And then deep notes on Fridays, and then We were doing a morning show. I'm kind of getting away from that because all of our friends are doing morning shows at this point. We just show up there. It's too much competition in the morning. So we're gonna start doing some other spaces too. I think we're gonna start doing a weekend music space with Ross Martin wants to start doing a regular thing. So yeah, definitely find a way to tap in if you guys are interested in sharing ideas with me or brainstorming or anything cool like that. I'm always into networking, meeting new people. If you're a musician or an artist, tap in. Come on our Friday. Come share your music. Come share what you got going on. Love to hear from you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's
awesome.
pretty much good. Whatever.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll definitely like brainstorm maybe even a list of musicians here in the Decentraland community that could potentially be like future guests for you. Like, no pressure on ever inviting them. I'll just shoot the names over to you so you can have them on your list. And if you ever need like a guest, like hit them up. They're like everyone that I'll shoot over to you. It will most likely be like a dope human being like that would be happy to.
True. And if you ever want to tell anybody just to like, I always have an open stage too, because we have an open mic, and I'm always like, very much, whether you're our featured guest or just a friend stopping by, we want to hear from you. Don't ever be scared to jump on stage. Even if someone you feel is better than you before you, we don't give a fuck. We're not there to judge. Don't let that be the stopping factor, because everybody's there. Like, we got all degrees of talent, so please stop by and share with us. Yeah.
Perfect. And yeah, I guess couple final questions. When is the next Deep Note space?
This Friday.
This Friday?
5 p.m.
Okay, cool.
Eastern.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I don't have the space up yet. I usually get up by like Wednesday or at the latest Thursday morning usually, but yeah, I try to get out by Wednesday.
Alrighty.
The promo.
So on Friday, keep an eye out for Deep Notes. Like, those are dope spaces. I really enjoyed listening in. And I'll be popping in. Feel free to like shoot me the link whenever you get the space posted.
Right, cool. Yeah, if you ever want to guest host with me sometime, maybe even bring some of your friends on that you're talking about. We could have you guest host one time. I usually have a rotating guest host spot. You're welcome to jump in with me sometime and have some fun on a Friday if you ever want.
Yeah. I'm always happy.
Yeah, I really appreciate having me here too. This was a first video interview. I hope I didn't suck. I hope you guys are entertained and like, yeah, this guy's cool. All right, well,
I'm over here hoping I didn't pick my nose or something while while I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, thank you for.
I've been holding a fart in for a really long time, so.
oh, farts are fine. Farts are fine. We don't smell them in the metaverse. You can make the noise all you want. But yeah, thank you for being my tonight's guest for Beyond the NFT. This has been an awesome conversation, and I really had a good time, getting to know you a little more, like far beyond just listening to you on your Deep Note space. And I hope we can chat more often and share ideas. And if you ever have any questions or have any questions that you feel I may be able to help you with, like I'm here for you, man.
Cool. I appreciate it, and yeah, man, I definitely gonna have to go back and watch the video and see what it was like, see what the Decentraland video looked like, and all that stuff. It's cool. Appreciate you doing this. Yeah, man, it was really good to get to know you. I didn't really get to ask you a bunch of questions, so sometime I'll have to interview you when you get interviewed, right?
Yep. Like, whenever you want to pull the Uno reverse card, you're more than welcome to.
Nice.
So before we close out, one last time, what is the best way to contact you if anyone wants to like ask any questions or be featured or like just say hello? Like,
just call me at 347-679-3520. Yeah, or you could hit us up on Twitter. Yeah, like I said, CIMADOWN LLC, or at CD Festies. You'll find us. 2 places they definitely can contact me through. Probably easiest CIMADOWN for sure. I'm always on that. Yeah. Yep. Let's go.
Sounds good.
CIMADOWN LLC on Twitter. Let's go.
Let's go. Thank you. And any final thoughts you would like to leave anyone with?
Just be creative. share with yourselves, share your creativeness with the world, and yeah, man, just love the art, man. Love the music, and we'll see you around, and hopefully we'll get to meet in the IRL one day.
Thank you, CIMADOWN. I appreciate your time once again.
You simmer down now.
Oh, I will be simmering down over here. We're about to shift into RuPaul's Drag Race, and yeah, I'll be definitely lighting up the blunt as this is going on. So 420 is not done for me.
Fuck yeah, let's go. Hey, man. Well, it was great knowing you. Thanks for the opportunity. I appreciate you, and I'll catch you soon.
Yes, sir. We'll be in touch, my friend. And to everyone on Decentraland, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate every single one of you that popped in for tonight's show. And yeah, make sure to check out CIMADOWN on Twitter, CIMADOWN LLC, and also catch his Deep Note Space every Friday. And Matt, and yeah, I really appreciate your time. Oh yeah, one last thing I wanted to mention, which I forgot to mention at the very beginning of today's space. Here in the Meta One Designs land, Mr. J Stickle made a new addition. It is this button right here in the middle between the Mew and the Crypto Minotaur. If you click on it, it'll light up. That is to activate your auto dance. And from there, like, you could just stand on the dance floor and begin to boogie at any moment as soon as the auto dance kicks in. There it is. we boogieing. And yeah, if it's toggled off, then that means your auto dance is off. Thank you, everyone. Take care, and we'll see you back here at Meta One Designs headquarters next week. Please stand by. I'm going to raid over to a streamer on Twitch and Kick, and then we'll get started with this week's episode of RuPaul's Drag Race. Thank you, and take care.